Hello everybody, this is another Hot Wheels collector video. Today I have another 2024 5-pack for you guys, and this is no exception to the 2024 5-packs I've already looked at. It is another really nice one, full of great cars. We've got licensed stuff in here. We also have a couple of fantasies, but I will say the fantasy selection here is very nice. They do fit with the theme of this 5-pack, and honestly, I think you will be very surprised at how good those fantasies look. And honestly, this 5-pack is very good. Can't wait to show you guys this. But I want to quickly mention where I managed to find this 5-pack. So I managed to find this 5-pack here in the UK at a local Smith's Toy Superstore at the price of £5.49. That is a super low price. The reason why it was so low is because they were having kind of a clearance discount going on, and this one was actually on that discount. All of the 5-packs were. So yeah, I was thrilled to find this brand new 5-pack, and at such an incredible price. And here it is. It is really good, and I suppose we'll get straight into this showcase without wasting too much time. Let's get straight into this. So I want to start off this video by showing you this box art. Very nice, and here is a quick look at all of the cars in this 5-pack. I will be going through all of the cars in a lot more detail in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that. Now onto the actual box art itself. First of all, we've got the lovely Flames logo here because this is the Hot Wheels Flames 2024 5-pack. We've also got the Hot Wheels Flames writing in white there, again because this is the Flames 5-pack. And then we've got some nice red background to all of that section there. Again, keeps that kind of flames and hot vibe going on there. Really cool. Here is the Hot Wheels Flames writing returning in white with a red background to it. And we've also got the Hot Wheels Flames logo returning there. And here is the bottom. It is just the standard blue colour, which we do see on all 5-packs. Onto the back, we've got the Hot Wheels Flames branding continuing. We've got a lovely image of the Boulevard Bruiser there. Really cool. Love the background to that. And then we've got all of the cars featuring in this 5-pack, featuring written here. So they're all written in white. We've got the 56 Ford F100, the 83 Chevy Silverado, the 64 Chevy Impala, the Boulevard Bruiser, as I've already mentioned, and the Muscle Speeder. And here is the usual writing, which does feature on all 5-packs. You can read that for yourself if you are interested. And here is the bottom of the box art. As you can see, there is a barcode here. You can ask your local store's employees to scan this for you, and they can check if there are any of these 5-packs out back. And finally, taking a look at the last side, we've got the Flames kind of branding continuing here. Some lovely orange flames there. And that's it for this side. And that is also it for this box art. So I suppose we'll get straight into the detailed showcase of all of the cars featuring in this 5-pack. So then, the first car in this 5-pack is the 83 Chevy Silverado. And this is a pretty cool one, looking very much like a lowrider. I'm a big fan of the look of this thing. It looks really cool. So this thing is rolling on the Phil Reelman wheels, which have been done in black with a chrome green lip to them. This thing has been painted in a metallic gunmetal grey colour. Again, that looks very cool. This thing does receive side tempo work. So you've got all these flames going on along the side of this thing. Those flames have been done in white, yellow and green. We've also got a nice stripe which has been done in the same colours, and that goes pretty much the entirety of the way along the side of this thing. And we've also got the Hot Wheels logo there tempoed in green as well. Whilst we are here, I would like to mention that the window plastic of this car does have some green tinting to it, as you can see there. Quite funky looking. It's not really to my taste, but some of you guys might like it, and that's totally okay. But yeah, as I've said, not really to my taste. This thing does not have any wing mirrors, as you can see as well there. Moving on to the front of this thing, you can see pretty much the entirety of the front of this car has been created by the chrome painted base plastic of this thing. And in this we do have the front grille, the headlights of this car, and also the front bumper of this car. Taking a look at the next side of this thing then, it's pretty much the exact same as the previous side, so I'm not going to bore you with going over everything all over again. Taking a look at the rear of this thing then, you can see the dual X exhaust of this car being created by that chrome base plastic there. There is no tamper work on the rear of this thing. You can see the rear lights of this car featuring in the metal casting there. Taking a look at the top of this thing there, not really anything going on in the bed of this truck. You can see this weird object in there in the metal casting. I'm pretty sure that is meant to represent the hydraulics this car would have, since it does sit very low to the ground, as you can see there. I'm pretty sure that is something to do with some kind of lowrider hydraulic system. I would like to mention that this thing does not have any windshield wipers, as you can see there. I would also like to mention that the interior plastic of this car is grey, as you can see there. That is the interior plastic used to create some of the bed of this truck. And I would also like to mention that the side windows on this car are wound up, as you can see there. And then on the hood we do have the continuation of the flames, which have been done in white, green and yellow. You can also see some hood vents in the metal casting there as well. And that's really it for this one. A pretty great way to start off this 5-pack. On to the next car. So the next car we have is the 56 Ford F100, and again, this one is absolutely stunning. I love this metallic red colour on this thing. It really does pop. Honestly, I think this colour would look good on pretty much any car. It just looks so well done. My goodness, just look at that. Anyways, onto the wheels on this car. They are the 5-spoke wheels in black with a white lip to them, and these wheels also do have white walls to them. These wheels look great, but they look even better with the tamper work along the side of this thing, because the wheels have been done in black and white, and so has the tamper work. As you can see, the flames which go across the entirety of the side of this thing have been tampered in white and black. You can also see the Ford logo being tampered in white there as well. And finally, you can see the Hot Wheels Engine Builders logo there in white, as well as the Hot Wheels logo in white as well, just above that. Would like to mention that the windows on this car are wound down, as you can see there. You can see the door handle in the metal casting there. You can see this thing's side step has been created by the black base plastic there. I would like to mention that unfortunately this casting does not have any wing mirrors. And that's really it for the side of this thing, so onto the front. As you can see, there's no tamper work here, unfortunately. You can see things like the headlights and the front grille in the metal casting there though, but as I've said, no tamper work there. There's also no plastic usage there. This side is pretty much the exact same as the previous side, so I'm not going to bore you there. Onto the rear of this car, as you can see, there is no tamper work here either. I would like to mention that the rear lights of this car feature in the metal casting. I would also like to mention that this car's dual exit exhaust is created by the black base plastic of this car. Looks really good there. You can see this thing does have 2 rear windows there, and I would like to mention that the window plastic on this car is slightly tinted, as you can see there. It's not quite fully see-through. Onto the top of this thing, there is no tamper work here at all. You can see this car's windshield wipers in the metal casting there. Great to see those. You can also see this car's blower being created by the chrome coloured interior plastic of this car. Looks really good, gives this car a very modified hot rod look, which looks fantastic on this car. Real big fan. Overall, this is a really nice release of this casting. Looks so good in this red colour, and overall it's been done and executed very well. And the next car in this 5-pack is a fantasy casting. This is the Muscle Speeder, painted in a metallic pink colour, which I think looks really good. I hope the Hot Wheels team use that same colour on some future licensed castings. That would be really cool to see. This thing is rolling on these steely wheels, which have been done in black with a chrome lip to them. This thing also does receive side tamper work, and it's mainly in the form of flames. So these flames have been done in a very light pink colour, as well as a little bit of black there, tampered on there. You can also see the Hot Wheels logo done in that very light pink colour as well. I would like to mention that this thing's side skirt has been created by the chrome coloured interior plastic of this car. I would also like to mention that the fuel filler cap does feature in the metal casting here. You can also see some vents in the metal casting there as well. I would like to mention that there are no wing mirrors on this casting. I would also like to mention that the window plastic on this car is slightly tinted, as you can see there. And yeah, that's really it for the side of this thing. So now on to the front. As you can see, there are plenty of details in the form of plastic usage and also metal casting. So you can see the top grille, or top vents I should say, have been created by a hole or shut off in the metal casting, which does lead through to the black base plastic. Really good to see. It makes these vents look a lot more 3D and awesome looking. You can also see the front bumper of this car has been created entirely by the chrome coloured interior plastic of this car, and this kind of lower splitter portion, I would say, of this car has been created by the black base plastic of this thing. And in that lower splitter portion we do have a couple of vents as well engraved into that. This next side is the exact same as the previous, so I'm not going to bore you with that. Taking a look at the rear of this thing then, I would like to mention that the rear light bar of this thing has been created by the black base plastic of this thing. You can also see this car's rear bumper has been created by the chrome interior plastic of this car. I would also like to mention that this car's license plate holder, as well as quad exhaust tips, have been created by the black base plastic of this thing. And onto the top of this thing, you can see this car's interior plastic is chrome there. Hopefully you can see that anyway. It's quite hard to tell because of this tinted glass this car does have. This thing does not have any windshield wipers, and the most cool feature about this car is you can see that very nicely detailed engine in there, created by the chrome interior plastic of this car. That looks really cool. But other than that, there's no tamper work on the top of this thing, and there's no other details really on the top of this thing. And that is really it for this car. A really cool one. Oh, I would like to mention that the side windows of this thing are wound up on this car. But yeah, that's it for this one. Really nice one. And the fourth car in this 5-pack is the Boulevard Bruiser. Now, as I mentioned, the previous fantasy casting was done very well. I do like this one, but not quite as much as the previous. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the tamper work on this thing, yeah. But this thing as a casting is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of a classic Mustang, which is definitely not a bad thing. So, yeah, this thing has been painted in a lovely light blue colour, which is metallic. Quite a big fan of the colour on this thing. It also does receive side tamper work, which has all been done in a mixture of light and dark orange. So as you can see, we've got the Hot Wheels logo in light orange, and then the rest of this has been done in a mixture of light and dark orange. So you've got some flames, and you've also got some fender stripes there. You can see there is a nice vent featuring in the metal casting there. I would like to mention that this car's side exit exhausts have been created by the chrome painted base plastic of this car. You can also see this car's side windows are wound down on this thing. I would like to mention that unfortunately there are no wing mirrors on this thing. I would like to mention that this car's window plastic is also slightly tinted, as you can see there. I would like to mention that this thing is rolling on the 5-spoke muscle wheels, which have been done in black with a chrome orange lip to them. And yeah, that's really it for the side of this thing. On to the fronts. There is no tamper work here, but you can see the headlights as well as main front grille do feature in the metal casting here in the form of a hole or shut off in the metal casting. So yeah, and that does lead through to the chrome painted base plastic of this car. You can hopefully also see that this car's main front bumper is also created by that same chrome painted base plastic of this car. And there are some little indentations in that front bumper which I believe are meant to be turn signal lights. This side is the exact same as the previous, so I'm not going to bore you there. Taking a look at the rear, you can see the rear lights in the metal casting here, as well as a little logo, which I'm not sure what it is meant to be, because this is a fantasy casting, it's not like a licensed car, but yeah, you can clearly see there is some sort of logo featuring there in the metal casting. I would also like to mention that this car's rear bumper has been created by the chrome painted base plastic of this car. In that rear bumper we do have the license plate holder portion, as well as some lower lights there as well. I believe that's what they are anyway. It's hard to tell because there are no reference images online, because this thing doesn't exist in real life. Otherwise I could tell you for sure what those are meant to be. Onto the top, you can see this thing does have a nice ducktail spoiler in the metal casting there. I've already mentioned, or I didn't mention, but I meant to mention, this thing does not have any rear tamper work. You can also see the fuel filler cap in the metal casting there, and through the window you can see this car's spare wheel being created by the black interior plastic of this car. There's no tamper work on the top of this thing. I've already mentioned this thing does have black interior plastic. It's got no windshield wipers, unfortunately. You can see this nice bulge in the hood in the metal casting here. And finally, I would like to mention that this car's hood vent has been created by the chrome painted base plastic of this car. That's why there's a hole in the base so that the plastic can come up all the way to the hood here. Really nice to see that there. Acts as a great colour split there and just makes it look a lot more realistic. Great attention to detail there from the Hot Wheels team, and overall this one isn't too bad. And the final car for this 5-pack is a licensed one. This is the 64 Impala. What a cool casting. I really like this thing. So this thing has been painted in a metallic orange colour. Looks really good. This thing is rolling on the retro style 5-slot wheels, which have been painted in chrome orange. It does receive side tamper work, and it is in the form of flames, as you can see there. So these flames have been done in a mixture of white, yellow, and also orange. You can also see the Hot Wheels logo here, tampered in dark orange there as well. Onto the metal casting, you can see the door handle here. I would like to mention that this car's side windows are wound down. I would like to mention that there are no wing mirrors on this thing, unfortunately, and I would also like to mention that this car's window plastic is completely see-through there. But yeah, that's it for the side of this thing. Onto the front. As you can see, the entirety of the front of this car has been created by the chrome painted base plastic of this thing. And in that plastic on the front, you can see the headlights of this car, as well as main front grille and also the front bumper, and that does include a nice license plate holder there as well. Looks really good from the front. No tamper work there, unfortunately. That's it for the front. On to the next side. This is pretty much the exact same as the previous, other than we do have a few filler cap in the metal casting there. And on to the rear of this car. No tamper work here either, unfortunately. You can see this car's rear lights in the metal casting there, as well as the Chevy badge in the metal casting there too. And you can also see this car's rear bumper has been created by the chrome painted base plastic of this car. And in that rear bumper, we do have the rear license plate holder portion of this car. And that's it for the rear. As I've said, no tamper work there. So on to the top. As you can see, there is some tamper work, but it's near the front. First of all, I would like to mention that this car's interior plastic is kind of this brownie colour. Really interesting colour, but I kind of dig it. I think it looks pretty cool. Gives this thing a real lowrider look, which is really good to see, because I think this is what this release is going for in specific, so yeah. As you can see, unfortunately, no windshield wipers there. Unfortunately, would have been nice to have seen them though. This thing does have a nice hood vent there in the metal casting, and as you can see, the tamper work does return to the hood of this thing in the form of flames done in the same colour as the side of this thing, that being in a mixture of white, yellow, and also dark orange. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. So yeah, pretty cool release of this casting. I'm pleased to have this casting in my collection, as before this version, I didn't have it in my collection at all. So it's great to see this thing in my collection. Can't wait to get it put inside of these organisers. But yeah, really cool release. Now I want to take a look at my most favourite to my least favourite car from this 5-pack. So my 5th place car for this 5-pack is the Boulevard Bruiser. My 4th place car for this 5-pack is going to be the 83 Chevy Silverado. My 3rd place car for this 5-pack is going to be the Muscle Speeder. My 2nd place car for this 5-pack has to be the 64 Impala. And that leaves us with my 1st place car, and of course it is the 56 Ford F100. As I said, this thing is a stunner. And now it is time for my score out of 10 for this 5-pack. So what am I going to give this 5-pack out of 10? It is going to be receiving a totally deserved 8 out of 10. Overall, it's a pretty nice selection of cars, and I'm not disappointed at all. In fact, it's pleasantly surprised me. In specific, this car right here. I think that looks really cool, especially for a fantasy casting. I'm actually tempted to keep that thing, even though I don't collect fantasies at all. Very tempting indeed. But what do you guys think of this 5-pack? Let me know in the comments section down below. Will you be hunting this 5-pack down, or are you not too bothered about this one? Are you going to pass this thing up? Honestly, I think it's worth buying. I think the selection of cars here is very nice, and as I've said, I'm not disappointed at all, and I don't think you will be either. Honestly, it's really nice to have all of these cars here in front of me and ready to add to my collection. But anyways, that's really it for this video. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Remember, you can also press that notification bell so you do not miss new uploads. Remember, you can also share this video with any friends, family, or any groups who may be interested. But remember, don't feel pressure to if you don't feel like you have anybody who may be interested. You watching this video all the way to the end means so much to me, and I really do thank you for making it all the way up until this point. But anyways, that is it for this video, so I hope you guys did enjoy, and I really do hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye everyone.